Hey, Mama. Welcome back to the Grace-Filled Mom Show. I'm so glad you're here today. If you're a mom of littles and you're feeling overwhelmed, maybe even stuck in that place where nothing seems quite good enough, this episode is for you. I want to talk today about something I think so many of us struggle with, perfectionism. That voice in our heads telling us we're not doing enough, it's not perfect, we're failing, and how to find peace in knowing that slow progress is still progress. It's okay to take tiny steps, to move forward just a little bit each day, and to never, ever quit on yourself. Let's talk about it. Hey, Mama friend, and welcome to the Grace-Filled Mom Show, where we're all about real talk on motherhood, faith, and finding grace in the messy middle. I'm Hillary, your host, fellow mama, and Bible-believing bestie. Each week, we'll chat about renewing our minds, navigating the highs and lows of mom life, and staying rooted in truth, even when the dishes are piled high and the toddler is melting down. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive in. Have you ever had one of those mornings where your toddler has already had more than one meltdown before breakfast? The dishes are piled up in the sink, laundry is still waiting to be folded, and you get that familiar wave of overwhelm creeping in like, I should be doing more, being more, achieving more. It happens, but remember, progress, no matter how slow, is still progress. The perfectionism trap. Perfectionism is sneaky. For moms especially, it shows up as this pressure to have a spotless house, perfectly behaved kids, meals that look Pinterest-worthy, and a to-do list that's fully checked off. But here's the truth. Perfectionism is often rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of being judged, and comparison, looking at other moms and thinking we don't measure up. But God is calling us to something else. Presence. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs 16:8, better is a little with righteousness than great revenues without right. Sometimes doing a little well with love and grace is better than trying to do everything perfectly. I remember after our daughter was born, I was up helping with our food delivery business just 2 days postpartum. I enjoyed those early days with our daughter, especially the times of just her and I at home together, something I know I'll never experience again in the same way. But I also pushed to do more than I should have. I wish I could have surrendered more. I thought I was healthy and strong, and I did recover quite well after having a natural delivery. But as the days and months and then even the first couple years went on, my health started going down and my weight and stress up. And it taught me that we pay in the future for the stress and overwhelm of today when we don't rest physically and when we don't rest in the Lord, taking everything to Him. And I had to learn that we can make progress being diligent stewards of what we've been given while also surrendering and resting. In fact, the more we work from a place of love, peace, and rest, the more we can accomplish over time because we're honoring our health, we're honoring our time and our spaces and our family. So what does slow progress look like? Maybe you only got through one prayer or read one Bible verse today, but that was better than abandoning it all together. Maybe you folded 3 towels instead of the whole laundry pile. Maybe you took a deep breath instead of snapping at your little one. Guess what? That counts. It matters. Tiny habits, little wins over time, they build a peaceful home and a calm heart. Don't overlook the small victories, Mama. They are your stepping stones. I dealt with clinical depression years ago, and I can remember the tiny steps that I took that helped me come out of it, like getting out in the sunshine every day, taking a shower and getting dressed, exercising, those things, even if it's just for a few minutes, they make such a big difference. They're all stepping stones to our health and our wellness, and we need to learn to ask for help whenever we need it and just not give up. When we try to do too much, we end up just quitting and not doing anything to work toward our goals or the lives we want for our family. We can make some grace-filled mindset shifts. Here's how we can start embracing grace and letting go of perfectionism. We can reframe goals. Instead of get it all done, Ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today that truly matters? Maybe you've heard about habit stacking, how we can start one small habit, and then once we have that habit down, we can add another habit to that goes along with it. That's what adds up over time. I've had to learn that as I was such an all or nothing person in the past. Like I would go all out on things, or just say, well, if I can't do it perfectly, I can't do it all the way, then I'm just not going to do it. And God has given me greater wisdom over the years to realize that it's our consistency, those consistent habits that we do every day. That's what adds up over time and makes the difference. And if we miss a day or we don't do something, that's okay, but we don't just throw in the towel and just quit. If you get a spot on your shirt, maybe you're eating spaghetti and you get a little spot of marinara on your white shirt, you don't take the plate of spaghetti and dump it and scrub it all into your shirt. Then you've wasted your spaghetti and your shirt is even more stained. But that's what we do sometimes with our goals and our habits. And we think, well, if I can't, I'm just going to completely quit and not go all the way. We can reframe our goals and start focusing on what truly matters each day. And we can celebrate those imperfect wins. Yes, even if it's messy or half done, cheer yourself on. Talk to yourself kindly like you would a friend. And we can also build grace into our routines. Each morning, ask God to help you let go of what doesn't need to be done today so you can focus on what does. I think God has so many little miracles that we miss and little opportunities for us in the day because we're so set on our agenda and getting this certain amount of things done, and we haven't even asked Him what His agenda is or what He would have us do. We put so much on ourselves that God doesn't put on us, that He's not calling us to, just because we don't take the time to really ask and pray and evaluate. So remember our theme verse here, 2 Corinthians 12:9. Jesus says, "My grace is sufficient for you. My strength is made perfect in weakness." God's grace covers all the imperfect, slow, messy moments. If you're feeling like giving up, if the weight of perfectionism is crushing your joy, hear this from my heart because I've been there. You are not failing. You are growing. You are moving forward, even if it's just a little bit at a time. God, He sees your effort. He loves your heart, and He will carry you through when you can't take another step alone. Keep going, Mama. Slow progress is still progress, and you are enough. And God has made you the mama of these children that you have, and He will see you through. We may not have reached perfection yet, but our Heavenly Father is perfect, and He has you in His hands. So I hope this short, simple reminder blessed you today. If this episode encouraged you, I'd love to hear about one small win you've had recently. You can DM me on Instagram at Gracefilled Mom Blog. Let's celebrate together. I love you, Mama, and you've got this. So much for hanging out with me today on the Gracefilled Mom Show. If this episode encouraged you, would you do me a favor? Subscribe, leave a review, or share it with another mama who needs a little grace today. And hey, if your heart is craving deeper connection and community, I would love to invite you into the Grace-Filled Mom Collective. It's just $7 a month to be a founding member, and it's a sweet space to grow, reset, and be reminded you're not in this alone. Check the show notes for the link. And never forget, Mama, you're not failing, you're growing, and you're doing better than you think. I'll see you next time, friend.